And here to tell us more about her experiences in the global market is Leann Saunders, the chairperson for the United States Meat Export Federation. Leann, you've had a lot of experience in global markets, and I'd just be interested to know, why are you such a fan of all the work that the United States Meat Export Federation does around the globe?
Well, thank you, Kevin. It's great to be here with you today. You know, when I first became a member of USMEF, it was over 20 years ago, and came up through different agribusinesses that I worked for, and understood with the first company how valuable USMEF services were to their business. They were an exporter. And so when you look at what they do, from developing the trade and the relationships in the market, and then bringing that market intelligence back to the trade, and then helping facilitate our great agriculture producers and being able to provide these high quality products to these markets around the world, it's really an organization like another. So for the past 20 years, I've been involved and felt very strongly that I wanted to support them as I could from a volunteer perspective.
Yeah, you're one of many volunteers that help USMEF. I'd be interested for our folks to know a little bit more about some of the sectors that are represented as part of your volunteer leadership.
So the uniqueness about the organization, it has a very diverse membership, and that really is the strength of the fabric of the organization. You have everyone from beef producers and pork producers and lamb producers to packers and processors to exporters and purveyors, all working in the chain, including feed grains, so corn producers and oilseeds producers that are members of this organization. So what's unique about the organization is all these different sectors come together for the good of promoting U.S. red meat export. So sometimes that's challenging, right? Because you might have a particular issue that within a certain segment might be looked at one way, and by another segment another. But as the collective, we're all better than the individual. So when we come together and we work together in the efforts of promoting the great products that we produce, it's all for good. So it's a unique organization, and the diverse leadership provides, I think, for a unique way to approach these markets today.
Let's talk about the professional staff for a minute. You've had a chance to travel to many places around the globe. Give us your perspective of the boots on the ground that USMEF has in so many of their, 18 offices now? That's
right, with 18 offices, and if you ever get a chance, I encourage you to do so, to visit these offices. You really understand firsthand the work that they do. So with the boots on the ground, first and foremost, when you go into a particular market, say it's an emerging market, you have to first develop the relationships and the trade, right? You have to bring that buyer and seller together to create business. USMEF, because they hire people in country that understand the culture and the relationships and the trade, can build those business relationships very quickly. And then when you start at that importer level and then work through that kind of quality marketing supply chain, and ultimately have the opportunity in markets such as Japan to reach the ultimate consumer, then, you know, at the end of the day, they're buying U.S. products as a Japanese consumer, for example, because we've had that long-term history and relationship with them, and they trust our products. And as you look at growing globally, that's really the opportunity for us for the future.
You talk about long-term, and I understand that USMEF is nearing its 40th birthday this year. I understand that there is an initiative called Project 40. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, Project 40 is very exciting for us. Really, it's all about looking at the organization from an introspective perspective and saying, okay, what is it that we've done great for the last 40 years? Because if you think about where we started and where we are with exports today in the billions in these countries, it's unbelievable. So what we're doing is looking at ourselves internally and asking our membership and everybody that's part of the organization to say, okay, how do we continue to position this organization to be successful for the next 40 years? So it's an in-depth process, very exciting, all about continuing to be innovative and flexible in our marketing approaches to the global consumer.
When you were with us in San Antonio on the show, you announced some record numbers this last year. In fact, you've hit records the last couple of years. What's it going to take to keep this record growth going in beef exports?
So I think at the end of the day, what it takes is a continued commitment by every one of us in the supply chain and agriculture to global growth, meaning we have 96% of the world's population outside of our borders. So we have to continue to be nimble and flexible and look at ways to continue to grow our marketing efforts around the world and support organizations and businesses that are doing that, because that not only again builds a brighter future for the producers in this country, but allows us to bring back those dollars per head, because when you look at the value add that the export market plays, that's what's bringing back that $300 per head for each beef producer in the United States. And we just have to have continued support of those efforts and work together.
That's real money, and we're real appreciative.
Well, we're real appreciative of everybody in the supply chain that works hard every day on making these things happen. So thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Leann. If you'd like to find out more about the work of the U.S. Meat Export Federation, you can check out their website at usmef.org, and you can also find resources and video replays on our website, cattlemantocattleman.org.